I've got a beautiful background card done with some glitter, so you've got a little bit of bling there. I think this is a perfect card for just about any occasion. And without the flower, it'd be a great man's card too. So we'll show you what we'll be using. I do have a flower on this one, done with the Sweet William die. I have the sentiment cut out with the pierced flags. And the die that we're using for most of the card itself is the Indonesian collection background. The sentiment will come from the amazing sentiment set, a clear stamp set by Creative Expressions. So we will do a bit of cutting first off. I've got a piece of black card that is 5 1/4 inches square. We're going to bring our background in. And because it's got a lot of detail to it, I'm going to cut it in sections. I just think it's easier to do it this way. You can put them all in there together, but you might have to do several passes through. So I find it's just a little bit easier to do one section, then do the other section. So I'm just going to sort it onto the card so I've got a little bit of a border going around it. And if you tip it at an angle, sometimes it makes it easier to cut, to roll through because there's a lot of pressure. All the way, come all the way back, and we'll roll some of the pieces out here with the tulle-in-one. Take out as much as we can. We'll have to poke out the ones that are underneath the tape. Take that away and pop that back on and exchange it for the center die here. It's also very decorative. I'm just going to put some of these extra little bits out now. There we go. Looks like I've got most of those. Pop this in the middle, and we're just going to sort of tape it into place right in the center. Get that lined up so you have a nice little border going around on all sides. There we go. Back at. All right, lift that away. I'll just pop these to the side for the moment. So you can see I've got a really decorative die there with a lot of detail. So what I want to do is put a sticky adhesive sheet on the back of it. Now, if you make sure you've got like a heat-proof mat or something like that, you can just put the sticky right over it. But if you have a piece of cardstock or something underneath you, it's going to stick, so beware of that. Pop that down just to catch all those solid edges there. And take the waxy side, give it a good little rub over it, make sure it's nice and adhered. And all the white showing through is going to be sticky. So I'm going to bring in a piece of copy paper, pop that underneath, and we're going to use the Golden Sand Polished Silk Glitter. This is a really lovely gold. Matches beautifully with our antique gold card. So I'm going to just move it around, burnish it into place. Get it all into all those exposed areas. There we go. A little bit more. We'll catch all the extra with our copy paper. Do this side. There we go. Make sure you burnish that in really well. Now we'll do a little bit of a tap off. And let me just pop that into our container. It's a little more on there. I'll get that in a minute. And we want to just dust all the top off here. I'm just using a piece of kitchen roll. There we go. Okay, so we'll just tidy all the extra glitter off of there. Get that off of our mat. There we go. Okay, so now I've got a full glittered background, but I want to use sections of this. So we're going to bring our die back in, and we are going to cut that there and take the center out as well. So I'm going to pop that back onto my cutting mat. Move these pieces there. tape it into place like that. Put another one to hold it there. And I'm going to take the center out as well. There we go. Give that a quick run through. And you'll hear the glitter crunch a little bit, but it's nice and flat, so it doesn't hurt it. There we go. I won't reuse this tape though, because it will pick up some of that glitter off of that. Okay. Take that one back. There we go. So now we've got two pieces here that we can use. I've got an outside edge and an inner piece. Now I've got one of these done ahead of time where I've added a bit of mounting foam to that, so we'll use that one. I've also cut the same exact background in white with just the outer edge, and I'm going to put it onto a piece of antique gold card. So I think I'll just use a bit of spray glue for that one. Give it a quick spray. We'll line that up so we'll have a nice little border coming through around the edge. There we go. Pop that down first. Bring my backing over. Now I've gone ahead and done piercing on the white layer. I've added a bit of antique gold as a thin matte, and the black as a thin matte, and the final layer of white. Put that down in place right inside of my piercing. So that'll give me kind of a base piece to work with. And our next piece is going to be the center one. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this just with some glue. It's going to be nice and flat against the card. And I'm going to put it right back into that center area where it came from originally. There we go. And now what I want to do is just create a different shape. So I'm going to use this in a diamond orientation. I've got the mounting foam on the back to raise it up. Put that down, and we'll just catch the edges of the piece that we put in first. Pop that down into place. And now I'm going to embellish it a little bit with a flower. And I've got some white tulle. I've also got a pierce strip with my sentiment on it. And one of the things I like to do is just add a little bit of an edge, especially when I'm working with golds and whatnot. So you can bring in your paint pins and go just run a little stripe along the sides here. There we go. Give a little bit of a detail there. So I can pop that right under the edge in that corner. In fact, sometimes it even helps to do just a little bit of a shape like that. You can just seat it right under there where you need it. Put that across there. We'll add our tulle and our bow with a bit of mounting foam. And because there's a knot there, if you seat that right into that corner, it tends to take a little bit of the depth off of that. Put the ribbon next to that. And I've created a flower from the Sweet William, and I've just gone ahead and done the water scrunching method with this one. It looks absolutely beautiful like that. I'm going to pop that into place. The gold paint pen just to hit the top edges. That's all I've done, just to give a little bit of that same tone to it. And we'll finish it up with a couple of stick pins that I've done out of the white pearls with the black and little gold beads on them. There you go, finished it off. And add a few flatback pearls in your corners or to decorate your dies, and you have an absolutely stunning card. So simple and easy to do. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and don't forget we have a YouTube channel that is just filled with so many more videos for you.